The heavily discussed case of the Ghanaian and Austrian woman Nayele was finally put to rest today by the Isleworth Crown Court in London, despite a heated political interest and expectation that some high-profile names could be dropped, leading to an entirely new ball game here in Ghana. That indeed did not happen. So what next now that she is to be incarcerated for almost 9 years? Are reports of the Narcotic Control Board pursuing Nayele's assets in order? Who has the right to confiscate her asset and who controls such confiscated assets? My name is Stephen Anti and this is today's big story. Now, the Isleworth Crown Court in London on Tuesday afternoon sentenced Nayele on her own guilty plea. According to the prosecutors, Nayele was carting the cocaine to South America. The UK authorities verified the purity of the cocaine she was carrying at 78% with a street value of about £1.872 million sterling. Now, many Ghanaians have been expecting that the hearing will compel Nayele to disclose the identities of her handlers, but she didn't, claiming concerns over the safety of her children. Let's get some perspectives of this now. I'm joined in the studio now by Dr. Maurice Ampal. Doc, we've been dealing with this all day, and it's critical that we nail this for the last time. You weren't surprised that the case finished so quickly like that?
Yeah, definitely. Such cases, Nayele knows what is involved. He knows what he has sworn into. It's a syndicate. He swore an oath not to disclose any secret. And I'm not shocked that he went there to do exactly that. And
she couldn't be compelled to do that?
No, you can't. If you compel her, she refuses to say anything. If it's contempt, she'll go in for the same imprisonment. Therefore, there's nothing you can do. What you can do is to do intelligent gathering to find out who are behind her. But the issue is that I'm not surprised that he has decided to bear the cross for the larger people who were involved in the barons, and they know themselves.
And there are many people who say that 8 years is not deterrent enough. I mean, you and I have had the discussion of whether 8 years is sufficient or is not sufficient, but is it a good enough deterrent to deter younger women of her type wanting to go into the drug trade?
I think that one of the things that a judge considers when it comes to sentencing the policies, it's not only about deterrence, other factors also comes into play. And so 8 years or almost 9 years is enough punishment. It's not an easy punishment at all. 1 day in prison is not easy. The stigma around losing your right to move and then also losing your access at the same time, what you go through, the mental torture, what you go through, your criminal record, you have criminal record, the opportunities are no more there, you are being tagged. It's not easy. So almost 9 years, it's not a joke. And I think that is enough because the judge did not only take into consideration the deterrent, but took into consideration other factors that he did not prolong the trial. Also, he actually assessed the police, the court will take into consideration whether it's not known. Maybe they realize that this is their first time, and also take into consideration the plea of the lawyer. If the lawyer did a good job in mitigating the sentence. All these things normally influence the court. And then I think that 8 years plus is enough.
Is enough. I mean, there are these aspects of the whole discourse. When the story broke, there were MPP and NDC people who just hatched onto it to make it hugely political. There were expectations that she would drop some names linked to very high-profile people and all that. Were you disappointed?
No, I'm not disappointed.
That did not happen.
I know she will not dare, because the consequences will be too much for her.
What kind of consequences?
Her children will be subject of attack, and herself, her security will be at stake. She cannot come and enjoy her booty. You see, it's
like, shut up, finish your jail term, and come and enjoy your
good.
millions. That makes the drug trade very lucrative.
That is why people will not stop. That's why people will not stop. 8 years will come, and one thing is back. So, you see, the consequences of disclosing, dropping names will be too much for her. And she will not do that. She will never, and I know she will not do so. I was not surprised that she decided to accept responsibility. And I was surprised when people were saying that she's going to change her plea. On what grounds? When you go to court, voluntarily pleaded guilty, the change of lawyer doesn't mean that
we'll be getting to the lawyer, the former prosecutor, Crown prosecutor in UK, Godwin A.J. Gemfi, who made the initial suggestion that she might be changing her plea. But let's come home to Ghana. Now that she is being sentenced, we discussed this earlier. Now, we also know that the UK authorities will be starting the confiscation hearing from July. So, hearing on confiscating her assets have not commenced, but Narcotic Control Board is still going ahead to begin the process of confiscating her asset. Is this legal?
Yes, it's legal. So you see, you need to be proactive. At the end of the day, the person has pleaded guilty already before December. So you must start doing audit of her assets, and that's exactly what the Narcotic Control is doing. They are not waiting for time to go against them. What they are doing is that they are trying to do investigations, auditing the assets of the woman, finding out which ones that he used drug money for, and they should be allowed to do so. They should not place any impediment on their way.
But there are also advantages and processes that she can use to cover up some of her assets. I mean, through laundering, all the proceeds that she gets from drug trade can be invested into legal business.
Yes.
Can the law still touch these assets?
Yes, we call something in law tracing. You can do what we trust tracing. In legal terms, you can look at assets and what she acquired before the trade, how many years have been in the business, how did they acquire his assets. We can trace. So the ability of the security agencies to trace is there. They have done it several times. So trying to engage in money laundering, yes, she may succeed one way or another, because we know that some people live in acquire property in the name of their siblings and friends, but by and large, there are some that the security apparatus, Narcotic Control Board, will get hold on, because they have the ability to trace these assets.
What if she decides not to return to Ghana anymore?
We don't care whether she decides not to return to Ghana anymore. Once we have privy of assets, some of them are arrested documents that we can do search at the land registry, others to financial instruments and information that keep coming here and there. I think the Narcotic Control Board have the men over there to ensure that they trace these assets, and also make sure that they block money laundering here and there, to make sure that they confiscate the assets that will illegally acquired through the drug money.
So there's nothing she can do about her assets as far as confiscation is concerned?
She can raise issues.
Can she keep some? And, you know, because I'm curious that if somebody serves a jail term of almost 9 years and returns home to Ghana and he or she doesn't even have a house to stay in, so how does it work? There must be some regulations to ensure that all this is done within some fairness.
Let me tell you something. Those who engage in drugs are smart people. They know the risk involved.
They're smarter than you and I.
No, they know the risk involved. They are smart people. So therefore, what she does is to make sure that his accomplices and the barons are there. So there's that security for her. Then they are smart. They know that, look, they have to hide some of their assets and invest in some
By now,
businesses.
they're already doing that. They've done that already.
Oh, no. She was here when Amwanting storybook happened, what has happened to Amwanting, and she will take a clue from it. So, and everybody watching, everybody's in the street knows the consequences of being arrested and then jailed, and what the narco board will do. So they have taken note on that, and then they will try to do whatever they do to Iris. And then people also will be there to assist her. And I can tell you, the barons and those who assisted will be there as a form of security for her when she comes back.
I see. You're watching today's big story, and earlier we had reports yesterday there about that there were indications that Nayele Ametepe might change her plea. These indications were given to us through our interaction with the former Crown prosecutor Godwin Eje Jemfi, who we're trying to raise him back onto the telephone line and have a discussion about this. What gave him the leading to suggest that possibly Nayele could be changing her plea, and well, maybe you can deduce from the fact that Nayele made a quick decision to change her lawyer. Is that good grounds for the former Crown prosecutor to perhaps say that, yeah, it's likely that Nayele could be changing her plea?
Yeah, definitely. You change your lawyer based on so many factors. Either you have a second thought whether the lawyer is not, he doesn't have the capacity to deal with the matter, specialization, of course, and other information that she might be privy to. And you know, she has a lot of people behind advising. The gurus are there.
They are there.
They are taking decision for her. So she has no choice when they say, look, we are changing. They can bring in this honor. But you see, once you go to court and you plead guilty, and it was not forced on you, it was voluntarily, then you cannot come back and say that I'm changing my plea. It's only when you plead guilty and you said you have a certain explanation to that guilty, and in the course of explaining, they just deduce that.
So the court doesn't, the legal system does not permit you to change your mind about a plea at all?
You can change your mind. For example, when you can change your mind when it comes to when you said that I am not guilty. When you say I'm not guilty, they say I'm guilty.
So you come from affirmative to negative, or negative to affirmative.
That's good. That's what you can do. At times, you may say that I'm not guilty. Then later, realize that it's better to say that I'm guilty and have your peace of mind. So that at least, because maybe if the evidence is so much overwhelming, and then advice from your lawyer, counsel that, look, if you prolong this trial, it will go into affecting your sentences. So you end up changing your plea. But when you have said that I'm guilty, and then the judge says that, look, I'm about to sentence you, then you can't say that, no, please, I'm not guilty. The court, it doesn't work like that.
Doesn't work like that. Nobody will even waste time to take that.
The judge might find out why you are saying that you're not guilty, but you have to deal with your first plea of guilty, and then maybe why you're not guilty, you consider that as a mitigation, in a form of mitigation. Because if you knew that you were not guilty, why not? So the court will not allow you to just come out to say one thing and the other time come out to say the other thing. Very
interesting dynamics. Let's look at the scenario where you remember that I mentioned that she can choose not to return to Ghana and perhaps go to Austria.
Oh, definitely the possibilities are there because you have those passports that whether the Austrian government will accept her.
That's also critical, right? I mean, the Austrian government can waive off her citizenship.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that possible?
Definitely, she can because when it realizes that, look, it's not in their interest, national interest to accept such a personality in their country, they can just waive that and let her come and stay in Ghana.
If you were the lawyer for Nayele Ametepe and you've been able to use all the explanation the lawyer used in order to mitigate her sentence and get her a lesser sentence moving forward, what would be your advice to her as she prepares to serve her term? What will you advise her to do after she's done?
I think my advice is to silence Golden. You should not talk to the media. You should remain quiet. And then he should thank God. He should use that opportunity to reform, reflect on what he has done, and see how God has been grateful to her, that she's alive. She has the opportunity to reform and then come out as a strong woman, not engaging in drugs, and then helping society rather. I think that's my advice for her.
But there is also that argument that no matter how silent she gets, no matter how much she chooses to get mute or shut up, I mean, so far as she's being in dealings with drug barons, her life is in danger.
Oh, no, not really. It is when you want to expose them.
I mean, if he comes down, she could be eliminated.
No. Once you come down and then you tell them that, look, you want to have a break. There's a negotiation you have to go through. They know their do's and don'ts. So you can have a break based on what you have gone through, the psyche, and they realize that you have actually not betrayed them. Then they will give you, but they will monitor you. They will monitor your activities, whether you want to be an informant or you're there. So it's a difficult.
It really sounds like a movie. Really,
yes,
all these things will be happening right here in Ghana. And what would the security agencies be doing?
What do they do? It's up to them to decide whether they want to go all out there and get those who actually assisted. And you know what has even happened? Those who are alleged to assist have been granted bail.
Freed.
They have been granted bail. And I'm saying that I'm not happy about that because I realize that, look, these people granted bail, if really they have anything to do with the woman, they have the capacity to interfere with investigations. You know, they have what it takes. Barons are very powerful people. Their influence is so great, so they can easily begin to move here and there and stop certain investigations, and then they have what it takes to corrupt the system. So you don't allow them based on the fact that state prosecutors did not go to court. The judge must say that, look, this case will be stepped down. Please tell the state prosecutors to come or adjourn it for tomorrow, and then serve hearing notice on them that you want to make a hearing. They have not filed any affidavit of opposition, but you don't just go there and say that because they don't appear, they have waived their right to oppose. And this is the cause of judgment that we have. And everybody's quiet on the system. Everybody's quiet. That the state did not go and oppose a bail application in a narcotic matter. And the judge also ruled that because he did not, he found it necessary to grant bail without considering other factors. And everybody's quiet. And then we are okay because it involves those people who are alleged to be part. If they don't have anything to do, like me and you as we stand, we are not having anything to do. So, but once you assisted, then in the proper system, a country where rules and security apparatus are on top of issues, those who are there will not have easy. You need to close them down. But you don't go with less than 1 month to grant them bail. And then the prosecution refused to go apply for bail, and then it will surprise you. There will be adjournment. And before one day they said they came to strike out because of want of prosecution.
Do you see this as a weakness in our criminal justice system? Let's say our criminal justice system is incapable of dealing with serious narcotic issues of this kind?
Yeah, I think it's apart from the weaknesses. I think that we are talking too much, and then we are weakening the system. You know, now the judiciary have come under serious attack through social media. And judges are human beings. You know, some of them didn't receive threats. Because of this modern technology, judges have mobile phones. They are on Facebook, some of them are on Twitter, and some of them have close friends. They receive threats. And then they are also
some of them have families,
families, and then apart from reaching threats, they have also people telling them, please, this is the case, don't do it, or if you continue.
We'll
yes, and then also money, the power of money. These people are capable of giving you $1 million as a judge. How many years will you be on bench and get $1 million? So these are all. So the system is said that those who deal in narcotics are so stronger, and they are weakening the judiciary. And then those who are supposed to, because look at the Attorney General, why do they refuse? You see the thing? And those people who are, they are connected. They have political influence. They have influence from various societies. So you don't joke with them. So you need a strong judge. You need a strong people who can stand up to them at the period of their life.
I see that you're very passionate about it. This makes you sick.
Yes, I'm so sad. It makes me sad. It makes me sad because it looks as if this country, those who are influential, the bourgeoisies, those who have
always have their way.
With impunity. Go and find out those who are drug dealers and who are still in custody, and they don't have what it takes to be granted bail, because we create we create situations for bail to be granted. For example, Kakese case. Sick. Kakese case, sick. Do you believe it?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I wasn't in court. I don't have the evidence to suggest that he was sick. So your argument is also is that he shouldn't have been granted bail?
No, it's not sure, but I'm saying that at times we allow people to get away. You see, because the only way because they can get bail is through medical health grounds. Because the law is not on the side. So can't he fend sickness? These are the things that serious institutions and security will begin to monitor to find out really whether the guy was sick. Now, just after this thing is going to church and being active, and when it's time to court case, he said, I'm
He'll be sick.
And then he goes to court. He goes to court, and then the prosecution said, oh, we are not even ready to bring witnesses. And then the lawyer also say, oh, yes, no, the judge, 5th February. You see? So
there are a lot of manipulation in the system.
A lot of manipulation.
But you are a lawyer.
What can I do?
You belong to the Law Association of Ghana. I mean, you are a lead person when it comes to arbitration. What have you been saying about this?
Your people will fight you. The system will fight you.
They've been fighting.
Oh my God, if you know the bullet are receiving, your own people will fight you. Your own people want to tell you that, shut up. You are not the only lawyer in the system. Your own people will find ways to bring you down. They will attack you and attack your personality. And so it's not an easy thing. But it takes the grace of God. What I'm saying that they know that those people who are corrupting the system, those people who are into all kinds of manipulation, they are aware. But there's one thing that will always prevail. The truth will always stand.
The truth will always
stand. And then there's something that will always give you divine protection. That's right. Honesty and truth. But the system is getting out of hand.
System is getting choked with corruption.
And right now, it will surprise you that now a lot of people don't fear fear to commit crime
anymore
because they can
manipulate the
system.
system.
They tell you that it's better to go in and commit big fraud, big money.
Small one.
Yes, the small one you'll be jailed, but the big one you have the ability to.
I mean, Nayele, for example, was carrying $23,000 on her, and we are told that she also had about £6,000 sterling on her. All this money she was bringing from Ghana.
The woman has influence. That is why we should have tread cautiously. Look, in Britain, look at how the system worked. They were able to make sure that they tame her before her work. If this trial were to be in Ghana, it will surprise you. If this trial were to be in Ghana, it will surprise you that the lawyers will tell them that don't plead guilty. And then there will be manipulation here and then before we realize, my friend, before we realize, the thing will turn to Kukunte, as they have done, to soda powder. That is the system we find ourselves in. And everybody's there when you talk. People think that, you are talking too much.
What should we be learning from this?
What should be learning from is that our systems are not working. They are getting weaker and weaker. And the president is talking about it, not fixing it. And then everybody is talking about it, not fixing
Nobody's
it.
Fixing
and then those who want to be a little bit critical, they go hard at you. They go hard at you. And they are well connected. So they have all kinds of people in the security agencies, in the legal agencies, some of them in the bench, everywhere. Those people are well connected. They are well connected. So you tread cautiously. It takes the grace of God to be able to look into their eyes and be truthful.
Let's look at what kinds of reforms we need. I mean, we're talking about drugs, the ability and capacity of our institutions, state institutions, to deal effectively with these things. Let's start with NACOP. NACOP, as it is and at its operational level, I mean, we have come past that stage where NACOP said that they worked in partnership with their British counterparts and all the hula baloo that came out of this. NACOP as an institution, is it well cut to fight the drug menace?
I think what actually happened actually weakened NACOP, and I was expecting, apart from Health to rule, the whole staff restructured. You see, bring on board somebody who is so mad at drug business. Bring us somebody on board whose religion and makeup cannot contain.
Who? Anybody comes to your mind?
We have people in the system. We have people in the system who are ready to fight drug barons and dealers at the peril of their life. We have the people in the system. Put them in charge, and then get people who you can monitor to do the right thing. That's exactly what we need. But we have institutions where people who are placed there don't believe in what even the institutions stand for. Are you getting me? You have institutions where people who are heading institutions themselves do not believe in the mission statements of that institution. And that's where we find ourselves in. If you go to most of the institutions, the leaders over there, the leadership over there, don't even know the mission statements. They don't believe in it. They are just there to make whatever they want to make out of that institution, get the necessary money, and then the contact, use the institution to make various contacts for themselves. So NACOP is so weak because we don't have people who are so committed, who are ready. We are rather people, if you have people who are appointed and they are connected to a political party as the head, he will be weakened. He'll be weakened. You need somebody who is not connected to any political party.
So it's a leadership problem.
It's a leadership problem. It is leadership until we stop the president.
What about skill, resources, funding, capacity? What about those, apart from leadership?
What we need to do is to get the president out of some of these appointments. Those institutions that are so critical when it comes to issues of their independence, let independent body do the appointment so that they are not accountable to the president. They are accountable to the people and those who appointed them. Then they can do their work. They can look into the price. As I stand here, you know the reason why I'm talking the way I'm talking. I'm not accountable in terms of the president has not appointed me here. The Ghana Bar Association don't pay me. You see, so I can talk freely. But if I'm a public servant,
and the president pays you,
yes,
you possibly might spin the issue for
the
me.
after here, you see a phone calls and text message. You see what we've done. You'll be moved back because I am independent. I'm very, very independent, and then I will not control to it, so I can speak my mind. How many of our people in state institutions have that freedom? They are linked, because if you toe a particular line which is so principled, you'll be removed. Your own deputy will go and tell their paymasters that, look, your paymasters that, look, this man is there to sabotage you.
Watch him.
Yes, sabotage you. He's not flirting with the opposition, so he should go. And quickly you'll be cut off. So
but this is not a joking matter.
It's not a joking
It's a serious matter. We must look at overhauling the institutions that are set up to fight the drug menace in our country.
It's so easy.
It is a big disgrace that Ghana appears to have become a transit point for transatlantic trade in narcotics.
It's so sad. It's so sad, and it's more than a disgrace. It's a disaster, and we seem to do not a little about it. All that we do is to talk about it. And every year it will occur. 2015, they are still there. The bank balance are getting, they are getting more sophisticated, and their institutions are stronger. Because the systems and their rules work. If you are not there, the system will work. They don't have leadership problem. The bank balance, they don't have leadership problem. So they always have the edge over those institutions that are supposed to monitor them.
But should it be so difficult to monitor activities of barons in Ghana if we know on record that these people exist in our country? Can they not be eliminated, for example, swept away from the system?
It will surprise you that the systems know where these drug barons are.
And they're not going after them?
Yes. Yesterday, I was looking to a sister station where one deputy minister of interior said that we know the drug dealers in this country, but I don't want to mention names. That's what he said. He said we know them.
So it comes back to our national culture and our discipline. If a state-appointed person is not willing to mention names.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Our policemen and the institutions, they know where people smoke marijuana in this country. When you go to Tudu, they are there.
Yeah.
But what is happening? You see, so we know. We already know. We know the armed robbers in the system. We know the drug barons. But the question, who is ready to sacrifice? Who is ready to say that I'm ready to pay the price? I'm going on out there. Even if I die as a result of doing the resisting drug, prosperity will just be. How many people are ready? We are ready rather to compromise. People who you send to go affect arrest will go and compromise and take local fuel. And take after the local fuel, they come and then become even protective of these people. They begin to protect them. You remember, go to town and go and find out prostitution base. And then you see the police every day in the night going, passing this patrol. And then what are they doing? Yeah. They know that this is what exactly going on. But look of you, and they go and protect them. So these days, I can tell you, the armed robbers and the criminals in our systems do laugh at us. Do laugh at human rights activists, and people, they say, oh, these people, you don't know. The big man there is my friend. Some of them, before even they go and commit a crime, they've gone already to lay the foundations. So you call the person is just laughing at you. He said, take the lead.
I've had a very sad case where I had a robbery in my house. I went to the police, and the police wanted me to bring a suspect. I was surprised. I mean, how was I going to get a suspect if I had been robbed? And I had no idea of how to get a suspect. So sometimes the institutions don't work. The people in place don't have the right skill to do what they have to do. Where do we go from here?
It's a different situation. It borders on leadership. And then we need divine attention. In fact, we need a divine revolution. serious divine revelation. Human revelation is not possible. Because what Rollins came to do, I didn't, was able to work. Divine revelation.
Divine revolution. Dr. Maurice Ampao has been my guest, and we're trying to do a critical analysis of the legal implications of this Nayele Amatapa case. She has been jailed for 8 years, and there were indications earlier that she was going to change her plea. We tried desperately to get to the former Crown Prosecutor, Godwin A.J. Jemfi, but we didn't get him on the line. My name is Stephen Enti, and that's where we wrap. We'll be right back with an interactive segment. Do stay.